I'm going to kind of walk you through the practice problems you need to make sure you can understand how to do. I think the first three correlate with the notes, the yellow sheet of paper, the examples that were given on there, and the things, the rules, and steps you need to memorize. First one, since you have a graph, find your vertical distance and your horizontal distance. I went ahead and drew the right triangle, and then we're using Pythagorean theorem. So I think you can do that, or you can use your distance formula. 34 cannot be simplified, so that's why we keep it just square root of 34. 2, same thing, just use your formula. What I have right here, you don't have to memorize it. It's on the formula chart, but that's your formula for midpoint. You just basically add up, you're taking the average of your x's and your average of your y's, add the x's, divide by 2. Showed how you simplify that. You get an order pair. You can have fractions and decimals as order pair. Then 3, finding the other endpoint when given the midpoint. So look for a pattern. So if they give your midpoint, the m, the midpoint has to always be in the middle. So that's our m right there. And this one you could probably see real easily visibly because we got 311 and when midpoint's at 0, 0, the origin. So we have to have the same distance between them. So it's at -3, -11. Okay. Now, when we get here on example 4, since there's no graph, you need to use your formula for distance. Basically, to find the distance for you, you find the changes in the y's and the changes in the x, or the difference between the x and the difference of the y's. Subtract them, basically. Square them first, then add your square lengths, and then take the square root. So I just plugged in the values in the formula and then simplified. Notice you're doing each order of operations, parentheses, exponents, addition, and then your radical. On 5, we had the graph, so I went ahead and just drew my horizontal distance, my vertical distance, made the right triangle, so up 3 over 4, and then across, since we're trying to find the length of FG, that's our hypotenuse. So I just did the Pythagorean theorem, but I went ahead and simplified that, meaning since I already knew a squared plus b squared equals c squared, if I want to find c, take the square root. Well, I got to do it on both sides. So c, the hypotenuse, is really just taking the square root of a squared plus b squared. And so I just did it all in one step. Once you understand that relationship, you can do the same. Make sure you do follow your order of operations. And then on here, I can physically see, just by drawing it, at 3 and 4, 3 and 3, I know one's bigger than the other. But if I want the actual mathematical proof, 5, 3 square root of 2, because you can simplify the square root of 18, they're not congruent. So I wanted you to try the next one. You can use your graph. I want you to compare EF. So it's up. Then you can go to the left. Up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's just like the one we just did. FG. And then we're comparing that to GH. So here's our, I believe our G, and then our H. Okay. So find that distance. Compare your hypotenuse. Now, hopefully that take care of that video. Just hit the arrow button. I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do another video. Just go specifically on fractional distance. If you have any questions, make sure you ask in class or come to tutorials. Thanks.